Recorders, welcome back to It's Recording Time Media. Well, I've been meaning to do this video for a while where I talk about the new changes to Silicon Valley Comic Con, which has now been officially rebranded Silicon with Adam Savage. Yeah, Adam Savage has been appointed the new creative director of the show. Steve Wozniak, who co-founded the show, is passing the torch to him. As for Savage, I have never really say attended a panel that he was doing at the con, or I've seen him at his table, but I've never had a chance to interact with him or hear the stories of how throughout the con he would like be cosplaying. Like one year he actually went around as Star Lord, which I wish I could have seen or filmed that, but I'm always filming panels at these things. And as for one of his plans for taking over the show, as for him to be a cosplayer and as a storyteller, he wants to grow the show. But the thing about it's not about just improving the show. To me, I feel like the show has been going downhill after the second show. Like the third and fourth ones, I've been hearing nothing but complaints about the shows. Like with I remember when I was doing press at another con, I brought uh, one of the attendees who was at Silicon was telling me how it was a crap show and all that stuff, and her angry rant. As for me, yeah, I could agree. I mean, one of the frustrating things is the check-in line they have outside to get in, like going through security, which it's like this big, huge, disorganized line. Which why is it so hard for them to like realize that they need to improve that? Like I'm all for security guys and protecting people, especially with their metal detectors and so on, but I think they need to improve that or have the lines separated. Like this line is for VIPs, this line is for regular attendees, and this line should be for cosplayers, especially cosplayers that wear like bigger armored stuff. It's like they should be separating these lines. And of course I get a press pass, which come on, have a separate line for us. Like I remember when I was there at the show, this one other press person was trying to cut the line and security stopped her, and then the press person was all yelling, ranting, saying that I've been waiting for an hour to get in, I have to go in there and do these things, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, at some of these cons they actually do have a separate line for like press like me, which I hope they do that this year. And of course, how I was filming, Jason Momoa at his table, and how everyone keeps like how this huge lump of a line, and it's like, couldn't they have just organized this? Like, why is it so hard for them to organize this? Or maybe they should have a cutoff time of how much autographs he should do that day, because he had pretty much, he was like signing as much as he wanted to. I mean, he was actually at the show until like 7 o'clock at that night. And a lot of fans feel like this con doesn't deserve to be called a Comic Con with their lackluster of major comic book creators. Like Rob Liefeld, the Ninja Turtle creators, Frank Miller, all those guys. It's like the only one they've ever really gotten throughout ever since the show started was Stan Lee. It's like, come on, and feel, and as for what I've been seeing on Facebook comics of the change is like, people, all they care about are they're not gonna spend any money until they know who's the guest, like which guests are they gonna get. Like I am hoping for Mark Hamill this year. But always remember the some like for what they want to do for the show, like improve both, incorporate both technology and pop culture, which get us someone from Big Bang Theory this year. I mean, some attendees really don't most of the time care of the science guests they get, unless it's someone like Bill Nye the Science Guy, which get them this year. But for me, it's like, I have no issue with this being a pop culture and scientific, con together, as long as they make it interesting for everyone. As for the guests, a lot of people complain they don't get big names. They want to get so and so, but they do what they can. I mean, like last year with how they got the Terminator cast, which maybe enjoyed it, and how everyone was frustrated with Schwarzenegger's appearance, how no eye contact, no handshaking, or so on. But hey, if they could get him, they could get anyone. Like, well, if they're willing to pay the bill for that. As for me, I am looking forward to covering the show, because this con is set in my own hometown, which I didn't get that really growing up, or maybe I did, but I wasn't aware. As for Silicon Valley, I'm really hoping they improve the show, and keep looking at my community tab in my social media. I'll be posting like which guests they're getting, like Mark Hamill, please. That's all I'm gonna say, recorders, and catch you next time.